Hello, welcome to Talking Politics with Peter Beimers. I am Peter Beimers. If you like this sort of thing, like and subscribe, and click the bell for notifications, and feel free to share as well. It appears my video from last week was very timely because a few days later there was a vote in the House of Commons to overturn the gas-powered car ban that is planned for 2035, and it was overturned. So for now, we still will be forced to buy eventually an electric vehicle, regardless if you're a Ford or a Chevy guy or whatever kind of person. At this point, you almost have to ask why. It can't be for environmental reasons, because they're worse for the environment over the build, life, and destruction of the car, much more so. Not to mention the hazardous material waste that happens when one of those vehicles burns on the side of the road. It's much more damaging, not just to the road, but to the environment and to those around it. It can't be that the government, in their benevolence, wants to save Canadians money, because these vehicles are much, much more expensive to own, let alone maintain. You can't even work on it yourself. And it can't be really to save time. They're not thinking, well, Canadians will save time, because it takes significantly longer for the batteries to get full than it does for a conventional car. So when you ask the why questions, why would the government force us to buy these silly vehicles? And like I said before last week, if you want one, knock yourself out, buy one. But you got to ask the logical question, why? And when no logical and reasonable answers are given, you're left to supply your own answers. And this is really how conspiracy theories begin. But I believe, like the conspiracy theories of the mRNA, so-called vaccine for COVID, I believe these answers will turn out to be closer to the truth than fiction. For example, you got to ask the question, why are we being forced to buy these things? Is it because these politicians have stock in electric vehicles in one company or another, and they want to see their personal value rise? So they're forcing us artificially to buy these things to artificially inflate their personal worth, which is why the United States are looking to adopt the Nancy Pelosi bill. Why are we being forced to buy these things? Could it be because of the China connection? Many parts for these electric vehicles are China dependent. They cannot run without China providing the necessary parts and whatnot to run these vehicles. And we know that Carney and Trudeau before him are lovers of China more than Canada. Is this a favor to them, to appease them in some way? Carney and before him Trudeau have strong ties to the WEF. Why are we being forced to buy these electric vehicles? Is it their desire to see 15-minute cities? With the limited range of electric vehicles, especially in Canadian winters, 15-minute cities become entirely more attainable, especially since most cannot afford these electric vehicles. Another legitimate question to ask as to why we're being forced to buy these vehicles, is it because Carney and the federal Liberals want easier surveillance of their own citizens? They did this with the Failed Arrive Canada app. They also did this during COVID by tracking cell phone usage of movements of people. Doug Ford admitted this in Ontario as well, that he asked cell phone companies to track people's movements. My suggestion to Carney and Trudeau and the rest that are so highly in favor of electric vehicles and forcing people to buy them and limited vehicle movement is, why not just move to a country that already has this utopia in place? Instead of trying to change Canada into the country you think it should be, go to a country where this is the norm. North Korea, that is the country. That is your utopia if you're in favor of forcing everybody to buy an electric vehicle. They have everything you want in place. Canadian politicians need to stay out of the goings-on of daily business. They just need to step back, collect their fair tax that is due, and reinvest that into Canadian infrastructure. Let Canadian free enterprise dictate what cars get manufactured, bought, and sold. One New Blue campaign promised is to eliminate the EV subsidies. If the free market wants EVs, they won't need subsidies to keep that business afloat. So is there a conspiracy? I don't know 100% certain, but I am leaning in that direction for this topic, especially since the free market is not being allowed to run its natural course. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications when new videos are uploaded, and feel free to share as well. Thanks for watching. I'm Peter Beimers, and we'll see you next time.